Hello, everyone, and good evening, one and all, and welcome to our show tonight, Level Up. I'm your host, Everton, along with my co host, Pam.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm so happy to have you here and happy to be with you guys.
Awesome. We're here today with a special guest, Latoya, who has an amazing story. We're here on this show. It's all about leveling up in all area of your life. And today, we have a special guest, Latoya. Tell us about yourself, please.
Thank you. Latoya Campbell. I am a native of the Bahamas. I'm a mother, a grandmother, a wife, and first and foremost, a child of the King. I am an hospitality professional with 23 years experience. I'm a certified fitness instructor that is passionate about inspiring others to level up and to get themselves into fitness. And they can also get a holistic approach when they take fitness as a foundation. I am a licensed agent here in Canada by the Financial Service Regulator of Ontario. I am the director of faith, wellness, and family support at Nurtured Nest Home Center. I'm a graduate of Dale Carnegie Center of Excellence. I'm self-motivated, optimistic. I'm naturally determined. I use the 9 characteristics of the Spirit to live my life and to relate to others. In a few short weeks, I'm going to be a published author.
Wow.
That's
Amazing.
incredible.
Thank you.
Okay. Tell us, so you migrated from your country to Canada. What was behind that? What happened? Tell me about that story.
Me migrating to Canada, the story is an unusual one. It actually caught me by surprise because I wasn't ready for it. It's something spiritual, and it happened within the space of 3 months.
3 months.
I heard the voice of God, and He instructed me that it was time to move. It was a divine intervention. It was something that I actually needed freedom from, but I didn't know how to release myself, so God had to intervene. I was being obedient, and this is how I winded up here in Canada.
So you listened to the voice of God that told you to leave what all you have, your job, take your family to a foreign country that you know nothing about. What did your family say about that when they heard these?
Well, when it actually happened, I cried for the first 2 weeks. I was contemplating it, and God showed me some signs. I got confirmation. I wasn't able to tell my immediate family because somehow my lips were just tied. I couldn't release it.
Yeah.
A week prior to coming to Canada, I was able to sit down with my sister and my 2 adopted children. And when I disclosed the information to them, it took them by surprise. And my sister looked at me and she said, Latoya, you're going to just leave everything. You've worked so hard all these years. And I looked at her and I was like, drenched in tears.
Yeah.
I can't hold on to anything more than I hold on to God.
That's just incredible. That takes a lot of courage to do something like that. What motivates you to keep going, especially when things get tough?
The thing that motivates me to keep going when things get tough, I came to a realization that we are living in a fallen world. And difficult times and tough times is a part of the process of life.
Yes.
Over the years, I've learned that once my faith is grounded in God, I can withstand anything. You can overcome anything once you're grounded in God. In addition to that, we have to learn to look at our situation when they approach us negatively as a learning opportunity rather than an obstacle.
100%. 100%, I agree with you. We often forget that challenges are opportunities. That's where growth lies.
Absolutely.
Yes, it does.
So when you left your country to move to Canada, could you tell us about that process, that journey, and what you had to overcome to be who you are today here, sitting down here today in front of us?
The process that took me from leaving my country to come here and relocate to Canada, it was not easy. I had many sleepless nights, crying, questioning myself, which and I know it was an act of the Holy Spirit. And leaving my home back from where I came from, when you accomplish a home in the Bahamas, it's like you have arrived.
Okay.
I left everything. I came here with my children. We started living in motels to motels to motels. And eventually, we ended up in a shelter. The enemy fought me badly. I know who I am and whose I am. So it is stated in Ephesians 6:12 that we wrestle with principalities, powers, rulers, and darkness of this world. So I just stayed on my course and stayed focused. Instead of keeping my eyes on the storm, I kept it straight ahead to God.
I absolutely love that. I love that because I believe in the same thing. Were there moments when you felt like giving up, or you thought that this is it, I couldn't get through? And how did you push through that?
Absolutely. There was many times I felt like giving up. The mind is a battlefield.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the negative thoughts, they came in like a flood. What I do is whenever they come in, I would immediately cast them out with speaking positive things aloud in the atmosphere. I can do this. I can do all things through Christ because he strengthens me. Tomorrow is another day. I'm going to get through this. So I would just speak out, and as I speak it and I hear it, it just settles in my spirit, and it shifts the atmosphere.
You mentioned that you have kids, correct?
Yes, I do.
It's one thing I would say to make a move on your own, but how did you make that decision knowing that you have your kids that are dependent on you to make this the right move? How did you come to making that decision knowing that they're dependent on you as well, not to fail?
The only thing I can say is that it was rough, and my children didn't completely understand. I tried to talk them into it, even when arriving here in Canada. They fought against me, and I understand that because now Mommy has taken us out of comfort into something uncomfortable. So I prayed with them daily. I consulted them, and when I would start to feel down, I would hide from them because I don't want them to see that I'm struggling, but I know this is what I'm just being obedient. Even one of my sons, they wanted to actually go back, and I had to talk him out of it. And fast forward today, he's feeling much better, and he's happy that he's here.
Well, from one mother to another mother, I'm telling you, you gave them life lessons they will never be able to get from school or books.
Absolutely.
Watching you, face adversity and come through, it will be something for them to hold on to when they feel like they can't keep going.
Absolutely. Question for you. What was if I can ask you one question, your biggest fear in all of this, when you made the move, leaving everything that you've worked hard for, good job, a good home, security for your kids, for your family. And when you made that move to come to Canada, what was the biggest fear that was in the back of your mind that just was just haunting you? What was the biggest fear?
I'm going to be frank and candidly speaking. I was not really fearful of what may happen because I'm naturally a determined person. I have some innate strengths that I was born with. And I know for a fact, 100%, that I was just being obedient. Whether or not the obstacle come my way, I know whose hands was in it. So I just was persevering.
So you basically just gave it all to God, saying, God, this is on you. I'm trusting you. You're telling me to make a move to somewhere I don't know anything about. I'm going to trust you 100%.
That is exactly what I did.
So what happens when you came to the obstacle that you are now trusting God in a situation, and now you find yourself in a shelter, in a motel? How do you handle that part of trusting God in those moments?
The thing that I did was daily, consistently, I continued to seek his face. I sat in his presence. I stuck with my head grounded in the Word of God. And don't get me wrong, there was tears also.
Yes.
Tears of joy knowing that I'm being obedient. I said, God, I'm trusting you, and I have nothing to do with this. And I just continue to just persevere.
You know, you speak that you had faith in God, but another powerful thing that I'm learning from you right now, and it's a huge lesson to everyone, is having faith in yourself. You said you just made yourself believe in yourself. That's incredible, because that's where a lot of people struggle with. They're looking for validation and faith from other people for themselves, but it has to come from yourself first, right? So on this note, what advice would you give others going through a similar situation that you faced, that they may be able to relate to, or take your advice and shift it to what they're going through?
One advice that I would give, first and foremost, it's a choice.
Yeah.
We can choose to believe or choose not to believe. And we are nothing without God.
Absolutely.
A lot of times, we as individuals, we get our butts kicked because we are trying to handle things on our own.
Yep.
And I had to learn the hard way.
I can testify to that. I can. Absolutely.
And even though when you surrender and you put your total trust in God, you're still going to have battles.
Yes.
But the difference is, when you think you're losing, it's never a loss with God.
No.
It's either a lesson or win.
Yes.
That's powerful. That's so true. I've learned that the hard way. I'm in business as a realtor, and I think sometimes I get the idea that it's me who is doing this all. I'm getting all these clients and I feel good. And then God will come in and remind me so often that I'm the one that's giving you the grace that you have. I think as human beings, sometimes we think that it's us and it's our ability. And he reminds us in his way that no, it's my ability while you're doing what you're doing. You're a vessel and I'm using you so you can be a blessing unto your family and to others. I believe that we're just vessels. I believe that we are on this earth. We are really just vessels to be used in different ways, whether it's for our own family or for others out there, but we're truly vessels. And for a vessel, and when a vessel is there, a vessel is just there as a container to carry something forward. And you're saying that you left your country as a vessel, saying, God, I'm a vessel. Take me to somewhere I don't know about and use me as you see fit. Was there someone that taught you that courage? You mentioned that you're a strong person. Was it something from childhood growing up you were, or you had someone that really taught you how to be this strong individual and trusting in your faith to take you through?
No one taught me. I honestly feel that I was born with some of these unique qualities. And also growing up from the tender age of 14,
Yeah.
I went through a lot of trial and tribulations in my life. And as I became an adult, I was constantly living in a survival mode.
Okay.
And I went through some dark valleys, some steep mountains, and all that built up my strength and courage over the years.
Okay. I saw a little note that you are now an author or becoming an author. So how did you, in the space of leaving everything that you had in your country, your comfort of your home, coming to this country, homeless, in a motel, and then in what, 2 years?
Exactly 2 years.
Tell me about that, please.
Well, proceeding to today, about 5 years ago, a coworker of mine, we were having a conversation, and I mentioned to him, I said, one day I'm going to write a book. I didn't have anything outlined, no plans, not knowing that I was actually depositing it in my spirit by speaking it into the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
In 2023, when I arrived in Canada, by the leading of the Holy Spirit, I was led to write the autobiography, and that is how the book came about.
That's incredible.
And this book is about, do you want to talk? Okay. We'll get you back on the show when the book is out, but do you want to give us a little preview of what the book is about?
With the title?
Sure.
Yeah. just
The
so we can
title
look
of the
forward to
book
it.
is Warrior Anointing.
Okay.
The book is faith-based. It's about family life, love, and loss.
Okay.
It has my entire life story from the age of 14 upward to 2023. In the book, you're gonna experience a young lady that went through a lot of trials, tribulation. She withstand, overcame. She used her mistakes and altered them and used it as a driving force to better herself. And the book, for me, writing it, it stretched me in ways I have never imagined.
Wow.
And it was emotional, inspiring, uplifting, and readers are going to experience the same thing as they read through the pages.
Absolutely.
That sounds amazing. What could you tell somebody who may be thinking that they perhaps want to write a book? Like, where would they start?
For someone that wants to write a book, I believe always in first praying about it so you can get some guidance and leadings. If you want to reach out to someone who is experienced in it, as well as just start writing, just get a journal or a book and outline some topics, and then just start to write under the topics. Wherever you travel, take a notepad with you, because ideas would pop in your mind. You could jot them down and come back and just add them to your selection.
Thanks for that, because many folks out there don't know where to start.
Yeah.
And many times we have great ideas, right, Pam? But we just don't know, how do I get this going? And your story is one of courage and hope, right? There's many people are here and they're watching tonight and they're listening to your story, that we are here sometimes and we have ideas and things we want to do, but we are in the comfort of our country, of our home. You moved to a different country, not knowing anyone in this country. Take your family into a foreign land to start over and to go through what you go through. There's someone here that's watching this tonight and they're listening to your story. Could you speak to that person that's saying that they right now are maybe where you were in that motel room or at your lowest point where you felt like giving up. And they're probably saying that I'm at that point right now where I do want to give up. It could be a dream to write a book. It could be to start a business. It could be on anything. This show is about leveling up, right? And want to level up in all aspects of our life. So speak in the camera and speak to someone who is saying that your story of hope, I want to be as strong as you are. Tell them how they can level up.
But
from your point of view.
Latoya, also speak to the people when we are in a country that's full of opportunities,
Yes.
right? We have the things like Everton said that we are here blessed with so much, but we still can't find that something. You know, the anxiety is all over right now. Depression is everywhere. So speak to those people too. You know, it's not just when you're going through some trauma or some life-altering event, it's also in the daily events. Because we're battle of the mind is every day.
Every day.
So tell both of those people.
What I would tell to someone that is struggling or maybe you want to give up on life, remember that you are wonderful and marvelously made. Life is a choice, and we have to understand that it's never going to be a straight road. You're going to have to encounter some bumps. You're going to fall in some ditches. But we have to understand that shake ourselves off. It may be easier said than done, but the choice is ours. We have to want better for ourselves. Do not give up. Speak positive to yourself. Sometimes, even if it takes just saying nice words, when you look in the mirror, do not talk down on yourself. There's 1,000 reasons I can give up, but there's one thing that has me holding on. I know who I am. I have children.
Yeah.
You can find reasons that, hey, I got to keep pressing on. Do not give up on yourself. Tomorrow is another day. This world is full of sin, and there's hope. Tomorrow is another day. You can pull yourself out.
And to the person that Pam's talked about that has everything, that maybe they have the job, they have things are going for them, but at the same time, they're struggling to find themselves or struggling to say, okay, I have this thing I want to do, but don't know how to get over the hump. They may not be on the ground, but they're also struggling in life as well, too.
For that person, I would say to you that sit, take a moment, pull back, and reminisce on what's actually going on with you. And really ask yourself, and you have to be truthful. We sometimes ask ourselves questions, but we still do not be truthful. You have to be true to yourself. Even though it may hurt, you have to be truthful that, hey, what am I here on earth for? Am I just trying to gain the things of the world, or am I serving a purpose? What actually brings you deep joy? Is it the car that you drive? The house that you live in? Is that really joy? Maybe not. Maybe it's helping an elderly person. Step back and see what actually brings you that deep joy from within. If I don't have anything and I can actually encourage someone, that's my life. I feel good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is deep. That is so powerful and profound because we live in a society that it caters to the more things we acquire and the more we have, we feel that we're more complete. But you're saying that purpose could be helping someone. Purpose could be given not just about you, but making someone's life a little bit better. And in life, we're not taught that. We're taught that it's all about us, and the more we have, and the more I can show that I have, then the more blessed we are. In essence, there's some folks who have all of that, but behind the scenes, they're crying in silence, they're suffering in silence because something is missing. They have all the things they want to have, but they're not happy. Before Palm jumps in with her question, I want to ask you this. What role did your faith or does your faith plays in all of this? Because you seem to be a person that's so grounded with your faith. How did your faith, or what role did your faith plays in you overcoming all these hurdles?
My faith is everything because it's everything. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. We have faith. We exercise faith and we don't even realize it at times. If we go on an airplane, we're trusting the person with our lives. Yeah. So why can't you trust yourself or trust and believe to take a chance in what will bring you joy and fulfillment? You're trusting others. Your faith is grounded in your belief. And that is where my faith came from, because I believe I want what more to offer to others.
Absolutely. Any last questions?
Yeah. So what's coming up for you next? Any other books?
I know, more books.
Yes, absolutely. There is another book coming up. A lot, wow. An immense amount of things has happened since 2023 when I've written the first one. Wow. And also God has given me insight on another book.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's amazing. Your story is an amazing story. And not to, it's good to see. We've always see the stories where they portray and they show when we failed and when we tried something in life and it didn't work. But to see that you have overcome those obstacles, that it wasn't given to you, you used your faith, you believe in God, that you believe in strongly. And as you said, it wasn't easy, but your faith got you to where you are today, that you're an author and to got you through those dark moments. So I want to thank you for coming on today and for sharing your story, because your story is one of hope and courage. And I hope that someone out there tonight who's going through something, I'm not sure what your struggle is, I'm not sure what you are going through, but we are here on this show, and it's all about leveling up. In whatever area you are in your life, or where life may find you, we are here to encourage you, to support you, to give you content that will help you to level up in your life and where you are. Any last word, Pam?
I just also wanted to say thank you to you, because the more reminders that we have with the things that pull us out or bring us back, listening to you just intensified my own spirituality and my own faith in God again. And your affirmations, speaking positively over yourself, that's really, really important. And sometimes we can't remember those things. So I take, or you can call it borrowing from other people. So I love the list that you gave, and I will definitely be borrowing that list from you. And yes, to our audience, just another example of what can be done. Just have faith in yourself, and more importantly, have faith in God.
Yes. He's the author and finisher of everything. All right, so thank you so much for coming on to the show. I appreciate it. And we look forward to having you on. When that book comes out, we're going to have you on the show to talk about your book. When will the book be out?
The book will be out in a few weeks. And also, if you want future updates, you can follow me on my YouTube channel.
Go ahead and give it.
Prophetess Latoya. I'm also on TikTok, Prophetess Latoya. I'm on Facebook, Lifestyle Changers. That's with an ER. I'm also on Instagram. It's My Lifestyle Woman on a Mission.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, everyone.
The pleasure was mine.
For joining us, and we'll see you next time on Leveling Up. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Thank you.